Hi, Michael from CTW Automation here, and just continuing our series on getting more out of your machine. We've talked about being consistent. 6 months from now, you have to know that changes are real and not just how you mounted the shock. The other thing you need to have set up an idea is what to name your dampers and where to save the data. True story, I have, as many of you know, we have TeamViewer. We can remote into a customer's computer, see what's going on, help you directly, which is just key, especially for around the world. But I went into a person's computer who wanted some more questions, wanted to know more about different things. First thing I do, I go to his desktop, and every shock file he has ever had is an icon on the desktop. He's not putting them in folders. He's not naming them something that he can find 6 months ago. So you need to think about what you're going to name your shocks, and you need to think about folders where you're going to put the data. And it seems obvious, but I see so many people that just start naming it shock 1, shock 2, shock 3. And again, in 6 months, you'll never find that file again that you wanted. So think about the name. I think Windows, you have 36 characters. You may even have more now. It could be RF, right front. It could be the racetrack. It could be the settings on the adjuster. It could be pre-race, post-race. It could be practice. Something in the file name so that you can go find that shock again when you need it. The other thing would be folders. So, service centers or race teams, you have racetracks. Maybe you have a folder for every racetrack. Maybe you have a folder 2025 for these races, and you go to 2026, you start over and you use that in your racetracks. Maybe it's a service shop and you're doing customers. So you have a customer name. But think about folders to use and think about the name of the data file. So when the test runs and it's done and the save as screen comes up, think about that. Think about what you're going to name it. Think about where you're going to put it. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people don't do that. And then they lose the data and they can't find it. So all our data files are time stamped. You create folders. At least did I run it last month? So you can go back to February folder. Was it a customer's? You can search for the customer. There's all these ways to find it, but you have to think about that a little bit before you get started and you just start naming it shock 1, shock 2, shock 3. A lot of people will put a little serial number on all their shocks so that they can always identify what shock body it is. I've seen numerous things, but come up with your system and think about it before you jump in and you start dyning 100 shocks that end up getting lost on the desktop and you can't use them in 6 months from now. There you go. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, contact us using the information in the video description.